What is up, amigos? I hope you're doing well. I'm sorry I've been away for a while. I wasn't keeping well. I know you wouldn't have missed me, but it's my responsibility to let you know because this is my full-time job. Okay, so today we're going deep into the Netflix's latest series, IC-814: The Kandahar Hijack. Now, this review will give you a comprehensive look at the series, its narrative, the factual basis, the controversies, and much more. We'll also explore how this series fits into the broader landscape of historical dramas. So grab a seat, this is going to be a thorough one.
We have a bigger problem.
समझ मिलना
लोगों को सिर्फ ये याद रहेगा कि इस गवर्नमेंट ने इतने मिलिटेंट्स को छोड़ा।
जान लेने से पहले 1000 बार सोचना, लेकिन जान बचाने से पहले एक बार भी नहीं।
On December 24, 1999, Indian Airlines flight IC-814 was hijacked by 5 terrorists. The plane, which was en route from Kathmandu to New Delhi, was forced to land in Kandahar, Afghanistan, setting off a tense 7-day standoff that captivated the world. The events that unfolded were pivotal in shaping India's national security policies and its approach to international terrorism. The Netflix series IC-814: The Kandahar Hijack seeks to dramatize this significant moment in history. But how accurate is it, and where does it take creative liberties? Let's explore. Now, directed by Anubhav Sinha, IC-814: The Kandahar Hijack features a star-studded cast including Vijay Verma, Nasiruddin Shah, Pankaj Kapoor, Arvind Swamy, Manoj Pava, Kumud Mishra, Divyendu Bhattacharya, and Diya Mirza, amongst many more. It's a beautiful ensemble, terrific performance cast. The series does a remarkable job of recreating the tension of the hijacking with tightly woven scenes that keep viewers on the edge. One of the series' strengths is its ability to convey the psychological toll on both the hostages and the negotiators. The pacing of the series is deliberate, allowing us to feel the desperation and anxiety that defined those 7 days. But how does it handle the balance between historical accuracy and dramatization? The series is grounded in factual events, according to me, drawing heavily from the book Flight into Fear by Captain Devi Sharan, who was the pilot during the hijacking. The portrayal of key moments like the intense negotiations, the political pressures, and the ultimate decision to release the militants are closely aligned with documented history. Let's take a closer look at one of the pivotal scenes, the moment when the Indian government decides to release the militants in exchange for the hostages. The decision was fraught with controversy both at the time and at its aftermath. The series captures this tension well, but it also takes some liberties in portraying the internal debates among officials. We'll break down what's factually accurate and what's been added for dramatic effect. Now, to fully understand the IC-814 hijacking, we need to go back a little and explore the geopolitical tensions and the key events that led up to it. The late 1990s were a period of significant upheaval in South Asia, particularly between India and Pakistan. These tensions were driven by a mix of historical animosities, territorial disputes, and the rising influence of terrorism in the region. The 1990s saw a resurgence in militant activities, particularly in the Kashmir region, which both India and Pakistan claim in full but control in part. This period was marked by numerous cross-border skirmishes and increased support from Pakistan for insurgent groups operating in Indian-administered Kashmir. One of the key events that escalated tensions was the unannounced 1998 nuclear tests conducted by India, which also resulted in tensions between the US and India. These tests confirmed the nuclear capabilities of India and Pakistan, setting the stage for a precarious balance of power in the region. Following these tests, relations between the two countries became even more strained, leading to the Kargil War in the mid-1999. The Kargil War was a significant conflict fought between May and July of 1999 in the Kargil district of Kashmir. Pakistani soldiers and militants infiltrated positions on the Indian side of the line of control, leading to intense fighting. The conflict ended with Indian forces successfully reclaiming most of the territories, but the war left a deep impact on India's security apparatus and its view of Pakistan as a state sponsor of terrorism. Now, in the aftermath of the Kargil War, relations between India and Pakistan were at an all-time low. India's concerns about Pakistan's support for militant groups were heightened, and the country was on high alert for potential terrorist attacks. This environment of heightened tension and mutual distrust set the stage for the IC-814 hijacking. Now, the hijackers, who were members of the Pakistan-based militant group Harkat-ul-Mujahideen, planned the hijacking as part of a larger strategy to secure the release of several high-profile militants imprisoned in India. The fact that the plane was diverted to Kandahar, which was under the Taliban control at that time, further complicated the situation, as the Taliban had close ties with these militant groups. The Indian government was faced with an incredibly difficult situation. The hijacking took place just months after the Kargil War, and the memories of the conflict were still fresh in the minds of both public and the government officials. This context is crucial to understanding the decisions made during the crisis, including the eventual release of the militants in exchange for the hostages. Now, this series or no series about such sensitive subject is without a controversy. IC-814, the Kandahar hijack, has sparked debates, particularly about its portrayal of the hijackers. Now, some critics have argued that the series is too humane in its depiction of the terrorists, while others feel that the narrative downplays the brutality of their actions. Now, one of the key points of controversy has been the use of Hindu code names like Bhola and Shankar for the terrorists. Now, some viewers were concerned that these code names might obscure the true identities and motivations of the hijackers. However, it is crucial to clarify that these code names are not a product of creative liberty. They are factually accurate and were actually used by the hijackers during the event. The Ministry of External Affairs of India has documented these code names, and they are included in the accounts available on their website. The code names used were Chief, Burger, Doctor, Bhola, and Shankar. These were the code names of those 5 militants who hijacked IC-814. Now, from my perspective, I don't think there was any downplaying of the brutality of the incident. Maybe audiences expected the terrorists to be over-the-top evil, but they too are humans, beings who are radicalized, so you can't expect a Ranveer Singh's Khilji-like dramatized evil performance from a serious depiction of events based on real incidents and trying to keep it real as well. While I appreciated this more nuanced approach, I understand that others might have expected a more traditional portrayal of the hijackers. This has led to some disappointment among audiences who are perhaps looking for a more clear-cut depiction of good versus evil. Personally, I must mention at no point did I have any sympathy towards the terrorists, and I don't think such a treatment has been given to the characterization. This sentiment reflects the careful line the series walks between humanizing the characters without excusing their actions. Now, the public reaction to the series has been mixed. On one hand, many viewers have praised the performances, of course with the brilliant ensemble cast that it has and the tension-filled narrative. On the other hand, some feel that the series doesn't do enough to address the larger political implications of the hijacking, such as the role of ISI in the hijacking. I too believe, to some extent, this is true. There could have been more details of the role of ISI in the hijacking in the making of the series. Well, in conclusion, IC-814, the Kandahar hijack, is a well-crafted series that offers a gripping retelling of a pivotal event in Indian history. It successfully blends fact with fiction to create a narrative that is both engaging and informative, though not without its share of controversies. However, after watching the series, there was one question that kept lingering in my mind. Was that really the best that our government could do in a crisis? Well, this question is at the heart of the debate surrounding the series and the real-life events that it portrays. It challenges us to consider the complexities of leadership in times of crisis and the difficult decisions that have to be made. Now, if you are interested in historical dramas, IC814 is definitely worth your time, but it's also a series that invites deeper reflection and discussion. So if you have watched it or planning to watch it, let me know what you think of IC814, the Kandahar hijack. Did it do justice to the real events? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching this extended review. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more in-depth video. Now, me being a solo creator of this channel, I appeal to you to support this channel by clicking on the donate button on the channel's main page. See you in the next video. Take care.